So Suboor and Faisal had a conversation with a guy called Strabo, and they were speaking about the nature of altruism. Basically, can atheistic people who don't believe in God, do good without benefiting themselves? Often, what the atheist who lives in the Western world doesn't understand is this. When you leave the first world country and you go to a third world country like South America, where you have men and women living in impoverished communities, where the entire society is living in poverty, how do you tell a woman who's, let's say she's 18 years old, not to become a prostitute when that is the only way for her to feed her family? How do you motivate a young man, same age, in the same community, not to actually get involved in criminal activities so that they can buy food and buy things to their family? How do you motivate a person in that situation to be a good moral citizen where everything around them is telling them not to? Everything around them tells them not to be.
Yeah.
And they also see that they can actually enrich themselves by doing wrong.
Yeah.
How do you answer that question?
Yeah. And that's why Darwinism and an atheistic, nihilistic understanding of the world is an incitement to crime. Because essentially what it's saying is there's no consequences. You know, like sometimes, like I've been to countries where people are very, very poor. One of the poorest countries I went to is Malawi. Honduras was very poor. Salvador was very poor. These countries, people have a belief in God. So they don't steal because they think, I'm going to trust in God, I'm going to work hard, the Lord will help me, yeah? But if you're an atheist, there's no consequences for your actions. And the only reason why people are moral in that case who are atheists is because they have a hangover from a religious upbringing, or it's their natural disposition telling them not to. However, if you're an atheist and you're a naturalist and you're a Darwinist, why the hell would you be moral? Do you understand?
Especially in that context.
It's just a bunch of you should bunch of reasons, but nothing compelling you to do so. Objective morality compels you to do so, right? Whereas subjective morality is just a bunch of pragmatic reasons. If you do this, they will do this for you maybe. If you do this, they do this. It's just about recommendations. It's nothing that actually compels someone. And I think you need a must, not a should, right? Back to the previous conversation I had with the guy, I think a lot of atheists or Darwinistic people don't realize the implications, the luggage of the beliefs that come with Darwinism. Because Darwinism is a universal theory, which means it's true at all times, at all places. It doesn't change over. So the point I'm making is this idea that altruism, which many Darwinists have accepted, is fake. If you speak to Darwinists in real life, they don't really understand application. Because I think he doesn't really understand what we're saying to him earlier. I think he doesn't really, because he's
No, but he's certain.
Because he's talking about social, he's trying to mix two worlds together, but he doesn't understand the
They contradict each other.
Yeah, he doesn't understand the deep fundamental contradiction within it.
Let me make another point as well. Let me make one more point as well. So, often people in society, atheists, okay, people who say there is no God, people who say religion is just a bunch of mythology. Okay, let's go from that perspective. These individual people will then sit around in festivals complaining about the people who control the world and their corruption. The fact that they employ millions of people around the world and pay them $1 a day. The fact that there are corporations that give cigarettes and alcohol and other kinds of drugs that destroy people's lives. They sit down and they complain and say, this is wrong. Why are people at the top of society acting like they have no moral responsibility? Because they truly believe there is no God. Whereas the average person who says that doesn't really believe that. They don't live their life. They do not live their life with the absence of a sense of duty and morality. And when someone fully adopts the belief system that there is absolutely no power beyond human power, there is no moral responsibility, you descend into depravity and evil. Hitler, Stalin, and all of the individuals in history who have adopted those beliefs in fullness, we see what happens.
Well, I'll say that to be fair to
Most people
atheists,
don't believe it.
to be fair to atheists, you can be an atheist person or a moral person,
Of course you can.
but that's nothing but purely pragmatism.
Yes.
That's the problem.
That's it.
Social convention.
So it could be atheist or not, but it would be purely pragmatism. That's the point.
And there are many
Whereas you're trying to say we have a much more compelling reason as to why. For example, you know we talk about psychopaths. We're not psychopaths, they're real thing in society, right? They're born 1 in 100, their emotional parts are underdeveloped, they don't have much empathy as much as we do, right? I would argue in a few years we can give a psychopath a really compelling reason as to why he's a good person, right?
Of course.
there is afterlife, there
For the
is
sake of
God,
self-preservation.
Pain and pleasure.
accountable.
No.
That's a rational reason.
And
Hold
for the sake of
accountable.
self-preservation of your soul.
Now take that same, let's say the atheist reason, right? The subjective, pragmatic, social reason, and you give it to a psychopath. These can be like, yeah, says who, as long as somebody's looking, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a must, it's a you should, right? There's a big difference.
I'm telling you,
Big.
and a lot of these ideas are predicated on this idea that human beings are kind of like naturally good. That isn't true.
That's the
It isn't true.
if human beings are supposed to have a good nature, meaning they have true altruism, that cannot be explained by atheism in the first place. It can only be explained by theism. Let's catch up next week because we need to go. We need to pray Maghrib as well. But it's good speaking to you, man. Why do you keep running away, bro? We're supposed to be having conversations together.
I like talking to you, I'm not.
Bro, you know what it is? What I realized,